So hello and welcome to Talha Mobile's Samsung blog, looking at the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. This is part of the practical technologies thing, so I'm going to be looking at this item here in terms of the everyday use and the kind of practicalities of it. So not necessarily all the specifications, but really how it lives up to things in day by day. So trying to recreate how it's meant to be used, putting here in the living room, actually out here in Cairo in Egypt. So you know, as I'm on holiday, out here studying and stuff, you can see how it actually pans out and how it's in use. So the tab, it's very nice, very slick, very, very thin actually. They say it's as thin, not slightly thinner than the iPad 2. Looks very nice. I've not taken the back cover off because it's protection, but you've got the camera here at the front, at the back, which I think is around a 3.2 megapixels. And you've got the camera at the front as well, which is slightly weaker, which means you can do like video conferencing and so on. Very nice feel to it. The screen is glossy, very sensitive, and as you can see here, look, very, very smooth processing. It's got a dual-core processor, which means it's kind of very, very fast. Will respond almost immediately to everything you want it to do. So let's just get it unlocked. And to start off with, I think I'll just go talk about the internet browser, which is kind of what tabs are kind of meant to be doing. So it's got the normal Google Chrome, and very, very easy to search, type in as you would. I've actually adjusted the keyboard, which is something that you can do. The reason being, I'm doing Arabic here as well, so you can install the Arabic keyboard and the English keyboard. This is very easy to do. You can go to this thing called multi-ling key, and it's very, very simple. It allows you to install pretty much any language and any keyboard, which makes it very, very practical and very, very easy to use. So it has applications for those who are in different countries. So the tab itself, very smooth as you can see. I actually like this more than, say, the iPad, because I like this widget. So I like the fact you've got photos there, the fact you've got different things going on, and kind of you can make the homepage more than just a place to click on apps, and I really like that. But then if you want to go to the apps, you just click at the top here. It takes you there, and you can kind of scroll through it as normal, portrait and landscape. So it will switch. And it just tends to be very smooth. You've got over 100,000 apps, I think it is, on the Android app market, and you can also get other app markets, from like the App Brain market and all these things, which has all these other features. So let's take you to kind of some of the things. I think one key feature for me has always been the camera, and it's something that I think they always hedge it on. So here we've got the camera showing there, but not sure how clear that comes out, but it's a decent quality. And it's fairly responsive, so I'm going to try and, as you can see, it's a bit fiddly to do it with one hand, which you can't really manage actually, but let's try it this way. So that's taken a photo, and it will kind of store it at the bottom, and you can then click on it and it will take you there. So the camera quality is pretty decent. It's not the best in the world, which actually was quite disappointing. I was looking for some form of HD camera or something. The video camera isn't the best either, but you know, it's functional. It comes out clearly, and it kind of nice to kind of, if you want to put it on social blogs and stuff. But if you want it for a practical use every day, probably recommend getting a still camera or something like the Galaxy S2, which has a HD camera and stuff. Maybe that's something they'll hopefully incorporate. You can also actually, I forgot to show you, you can take photos from the front. So you can, I think the button is that one. So there's the roof. There's me. And yeah, so not sure if you really want to see me, but there, that's the camera at the front and so on. Works really well. Other things, I think one thing that I personally really wanted to use is the ebook thing. So you can use it for different books, and it's very, very simple. Here's the default book they came with it. You can read it in the landscape format, which kind of comes out of the 2 pages side by side, or you can put it all on 1 page, and it switches very easily. You can annotate, so you hold long press on something, comes out with it. You've got copy, highlight, memo. But I think this is limited to something being obviously script. You can put it in the default format, which kind of comes with it, which I think when you download stuff from the market, it will come in this format. Or you can put things like PDF and Word on it as well, and it reads it fine. So for me, being in Egypt, I'm kind of looking at some of the Arabic stuff. So this is kind of a grammar book. Yeah, I know. Not very pleasant. But it saves where I am at the moment. See, as you see, I've annotated stuff. Comes out very clearly. Pinch zoom. Comes out very, very crisp. This is actually a photo PDF, but you can actually put Arabic language stuff, Word, directly. My experience is the font isn't great, but I'm patient. You can play with that and see what comes up. So the book's still very, very, I think it's very nice, works very well. I like the way it kind of places itself. One thing that I did notice, if you ever move the book on the hard drive to a different place, it can lose track of the file in this place in the ebook store, which makes it quite irritating because all your annotations and everything actually go. Something which I found quite annoying because I moved that book, the grammar book, once, and then I lost all my kind of markings and stuff. Luckily it was at the beginning, so it wasn't too bad. But something to bear in mind. So that's that. I think it works very well. Definitely one of the key features. I was worried that it wouldn't work well with the eyes and it would hurt reading from it. So something like the Kindle will be better. Yeah, I guess maybe, but I've not had too many problems, and I use it quite extensively. I use it a couple of hours every day, and I use it for most of my readings for different things. So it works very well. Very simple to actually put in. You connect it to your computer, or you can Bluetooth them over, or whichever you prefer, and just kind of takes it over to that one thing. So that's that. You've also got one of the big things that all Samsung kind of features and all Samsung products have is these things, the social hub and the music hub. So I've not actually connected to the internet here, so you won't be able to see things live. But you can put your Facebook account, your Twitter, all these different things there. So you can go to accounts and exchange and stuff like this. So that kind of makes it very nice to kind of have everything in one place, and it works very, very well, surprisingly. A lot of these apps don't tend to work that well, but this one works nicely. You can have it on your home page, and you can see things update regularly, which makes it very nice. And you've also got different things like the email stuff. You've got different tabs you can go straight to in the web browser. You've also got a notice here, a widget with the photos kind of flicking through it, so different stuff that you might want to see as well. The Music Hub, in truth, I've not been able to test it because you need to be in the UK. So if you're thinking of taking this abroad, be wary that you need to use it in the country you bought it, I think, because I've not been able to use it in Cairo. So I can't really show you what that is, but from what I've read and what I've seen, it seems to be a very, very good thing for that. So, as I've stated, it seems to be a very, very stable, very, very good resource. Very good for studying and using in that sense. So I would definitely recommend it. Let's test the gallery out, see how it puts it out. So this is the photos. I'll show you some of these from the launch, so you can watch it landscape. This is when my first mobile hub thing, and it comes out very clearly. Pinch and zoom. Looks very nice. And that's very smooth. The videos now, okay. I wanted to put a video which I recorded on my camera, which was 1080p, and I've been having trouble with it. So basically, the way you do it is you have to convert it through the computer. So if you want to play it normally, by putting on, it goes, sorry, this video can't be played, even though it's MP4. I read a solution that was to download something called Rock Player, which allows you to play it, which is true, but it doesn't play properly, as you can see. So that is incredibly irritating, because I was hoping that I can just put it straight from the box, but you have to use the Samsung keys, which leads me to my second problem. This is something I have converted, and this is a 1080p. Okay, it was working before. Okay, not certain what's happened there. There you go, it works through there. Okay, well, somehow it seems to not be working. Maybe I'll try and post that up later. But that's something that I've, obviously that instability is a bit irritating. Not sure what the fix is for that. You have to upload it through the PC connection, which takes me to my next thing. I think the PC connection is something I've had a lot of trouble with. I've tried to connect it to Samsung Keys, and it's just not working on my Windows XP notebook computer, which is something I really don't understand. It seems to not recognize it and stuff. What it does work, though, it does work as an external hard drive, which you can transfer stuff to. But for things like videos and stuff, which do require importing and exporting, it's you can't really do it through the external hard drive. So that's a bit irritating. But I guess that's something that's resolvable, something you need to, they'll be fixing later, and something you can hopefully rely on. But if it's something out of the box that you look forward to, yeah, that's something I have had a lot of trouble with. Battery life, right. So this is something I've basically had this for a couple of days now, and it's still on 64%. And that's after like 4 days, and I use it quite often, and kind of about a couple of hours every day, which is what you'll be expecting to use. It will last easily over a week. The battery is immense. The only thing is, though, that the battery life, it does take ages to charge, and you have to kind of switch it off and leave it to charge overnight. An overnight charge, I mean, you must leave it for at least 10, 15 hours maybe to charge fully 100%. That's something that I've had from experience for some reason. But given that, it does kind of fully charge it, and it does last for ages. So you won't need to charge it every day, which is something that I think is a brilliant feature, because it's something that you don't really get on phones. Other things, okay, so we've covered most things. Just one more thing I wanted to kind of mention. On the tabs, one of the big things for me was getting an Office that works. Here you've got the full thing, got a whole add a new account, new file, and so on. As you can see, the full range of Word, document, and stuff. It works very well, and you've obviously got your keyboard. Not really typing anything specific, but it works really well, and something that I think is a brilliant feature. And I think it really differentiates it from a lot of products, because it comes as a default with the Samsung thing. And that's what you'll find. You'll get a lot of apps which are default with the Samsung Galaxy Tab, which you may not necessarily get with other things, or may cost you elsewhere. Buttons, that's the on button, the screen, and the volume button, which is next to it. But everything else, so here the volume. I think the volume, because it's as you've noticed, this logo is obviously on the bottom here. It's designed to be more landscape, but obviously you can use it the other way. But I find the buttons somewhat unintuitive at times. It can feel like they're the wrong way around. And yeah, the email browser works very well. Seems like it's the right way around. Kind of, you can scroll through here, look through things here. It works very well, I think. Maps, won't be able to load them, but yeah, from what I've used, see, this is Cairo. You can kind of search around. Really kind of nice feature. One thing that they do actually is with Samsung Android generally. Again, I can't do it with one hand, but you put the two fingers on it, and you lean it forward, and it will zoom. So, okay, it's not working here, but that makes it quite easy if you're on the move, even though I can just do it with one hand now. But if you want to just put two fingers, lean it forward, and it will zoom in. Last thing, as you've noticed, there's no kind of other buttons apart from the ones at the top. So if you want to do anything, kind of everything is based on these 4 buttons at the bottom. And this extra menu here at the bottom here, which is, okay, not sure what's going on. I'm sorry, you've got to swipe it up. So you've got the extra things like the clock, the calculator, and all these other things. which is nice when you want to access things quickly. Those actually work on kind of on top of apps. So if you want to get a calculator app, you actually get it as something you would do. So you can move it around, you can put it in other places. So say you're in the internet browser, it stays there, which is actually really nice, because then you kind of multitasking like you'd get on a computer. Other things, but then you've got the home tab, which is obviously what you know. Hold down the home tab, it takes you to the management thing, tells you what browser things are running, RAM manager and so on. You can clear RAM. If you ever want a free battery space, it'll tell you what's going on. Other than that, you press this button here, it comes up with all the things that are running, so you can easily switch between them. The multitasking on this, I think, is definitely one of the brilliant features. It's something I've experienced on the iPad, and I think is much better here. It just works much more smoothly. And then you've got this button which takes a print screen and then saves that. So that's this Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1. I'm Talha Ghanem, and this is the Mobile blog. Let me know what your thoughts are. I really like this tab. I think on the whole, its positives are much better than its negatives. There are a few things like the camera, which is a bit of a downside, and the connectivity to the computer I've just had a lot of trouble with. But honestly, I think as a tab and as a tablet, it's definitely up there, one of the best in the market. Very sleek, very smooth, very nice feel to it. Oh, and also if you wanted any games and stuff, plenty available. I just kind of went through and downloaded loads of stuff. You've got to like move the box and all these other things. So yeah, it's this way around. Got to move it and kind of connect them together. So there you go, done. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. So thank you very much. Oh, actually, I won't leave it at that, because there's one app that I want to show you that's amazing. It's called Ringtone Maker, although it's more than just a ringtone maker. You click on anything you wish, and then you can click edit, and it's pretty much like you get a computer and you can edit music stuff, kind of cut it and save it, the smaller clips that you want. The idea is to make it a ringtone, but if you want to kind of edit little bits of songs and stuff, it makes it very, very nice and very smooth to do. So yeah, now I'll leave it. This is Talha Ghanem signing off. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.